It's a big focus this term in primary one with getting reading established. Your child may be asked to start reading by reading picture books. These don't have any words, but your child is expected to have a look at the picture to help work out what might be happening. So in this picture, we've got a little boy who the children will know is called Kipper, who is brushing his teeth in the morning. And we can say maybe he's Chip, his big brother, is in the bathroom with him. Kipper's now gone through to his bedroom and he's rummaging through his drawers to look for his clothes to wear. His big sister Biff and his big brother Chip look like they're heading downstairs with a bag, maybe with a present in it, and she's got a roll of paper as well. Kipper looks like he hasn't been able to find his top, so he's gone downstairs and he's rummaged through the washing, and the children could talk about how it looks like the washing's going to fall down. And his brother and sister look like they're getting ready to go outside. Biff and Chip are putting on their jackets. Post ladies come to the door. Biff and Chip look like they're trying to hurry Kipper on, who's struggling to put on his shoes and his coat. But he's now got a trumpet and a present, so they're heading out somewhere. Finally, we can see where they've gone. They've gone round to the back garden. They look like they've made their own banner, and they're making as much noise as possible to wake Dad up. Dad looks like he's still in his dressing gown, so maybe they've just woken him up and he's been asleep, to wish him a happy birthday. What can you do with your child when you're reading at home? Get them to read through the story, but you can also talk about the basic features of a book. This is something by the end of primary one that they should be able to recognise, that this is our front cover, that the big writing, the bold writing at the top is called a title, and that tells us the name of the story. And then you can talk about the names. The first name is normally the author, and then the second name would be the illustrator of a book. Get them to try and predict what's on the front cover, what might be happening in the story. Here we've got Kipper, so that suggests it's a story about a wee boy called Kipper, and you could talk about what time of day it is. It looks like he's just waking up, and we can see it's not night time because the sky behind it's blue. As well as helping your child with the story, with the picture stories, you can also help them when they are reading their sort of beginner word books. This book's a PM book called Big Things. There's a lot of repetition in the first books that your children will be reading in primary one. So here we've got a truck is big. We would expect now that your child should recognise a and is, but there's still a lot of emphasis on looking at the pictures to work out what the story's about. So a truck, they might be able to sound that out, is big, but they're using the picture to make the link for truck. Well, it begins with a B, so I'm going to have a look over here. Oh, it's a great big bulldozer. A bulldozer is big. Again, they wouldn't be able to read train, so looking at the picture, train is big. You can also talk about the features of a sentence, the capital letter at the beginning and the full stop at the end. You can play word hunts. Can they find somewhere in the book the word big, for example? Can they find on the page the word is? It helps to reinforce their common words that they've been learning so far. As your child becomes more confident with reading, the books become slightly less repetitive. This is the same level, but it's helping them, it's introducing them to more words. So here we've got a book called A Good Trick, and we can see that they've got the older son and daughter, Biff and Chip, who look like they're dressed up. They're performing some kind of a show. They've got an audience here. A rug. So again, the word rug, they should be able to sound that out now. They've been introduced to all the sounds. A sheet, we'll probably be looking at the picture to work out what this is. A big box, a little box, and out pops Kipper. Welcome to term 3 for primary 1 at Buckenhaven. These are the phonics sounds that your child will be learning this term. Y, z, qu, the digraphs, these are the sound blends where there's 2 letters that make up each sound. We'll be slowing down and we'll be learning 1 sound per week. How do we form them? The Y, we slide up from the line, we swoop down to do an R, and then we've got a monkey's tail that goes down underground. Z, slide up, and we're heading down so it sits on the line. Qu, again we're going down. Now for this one here we need to keep the pen on the board as we swoop up to do our R. X, slide up, cross, sh. We're doing this sliding down. Now we've got to keep the pencil on to go to the front. Then we're going all the way up to for a H. Then flick. The T is a shorter letter, so we're going and straight up for our H, which is a wee bit taller. Ch, we're doing our curly K. And going straight up without taking our pencil off to do the H. And ng, we're doing our keeping our pencil on to do our go with our monkey's tail beneath the line.